to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. You've got a friend. If the sky above you should turn dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind should begin to blow, keep your head together and call my name out loud, 'cause soon I'll be knocking upon your door. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. 'Cause ain't it good to know that you've got a friend when people can be so cold? They'll hurt you or desert you, well they'll take your soul if you let them, but don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. 'Cause you've got a friend. You got a friend. You got a friend. You got a friend. You've got a friend. You've got a friend. You've got a friend. You've got a friend. Thank you. Divine energy flows through me, healing my spirit, body, and soul. Divine energy flows through me, cleansing my thoughts and making me whole. Calm and quiet, strong and clear, God's voice within me knows no fear. 'Cause divine energy flows through me, healing my spirit, body, and soul. Calm and quiet, strong and clear, God's voice within me knows no fear. Divine energy flows through me, healing my spirit, body, and soul. Healing my spirit,
Good afternoon. You just breathe deep with me and remind yourself of where you are and who you're with and who you are as we light the candle of wisdom for the month of March and the candle of Christ's consciousness in each and every one of us.
That's funny. We're good, good, perfect. Welcome, everybody. And we have a contingent from out of town. Welcome here in the front row. Woo! We also have people online watching us, and together we are all unity, and it's fabulous to be together. This time, we have some more visitors. Look at this. Woo! Welcome. Please help me in acknowledging the fact that we are grateful to live, work, play, and create on the traditional and unceded territory of the many Indigenous people of Vancouver Island, and for that we say, Haichka. In the spirit of let yourself off the hook, for today's affirmative prayer, I have the Japanese 23rd Psalm to share with you. When stress overwhelms you, the Japanese version of the 23rd Psalm can be very helpful. Join me in prayer, please. The Lord is my pacemaker. I shall not rush. He makes me stop for quiet intervals. He provides me with pictures of stillness, which restores my serenity. He leads me in the way of efficiency through calmness of mind, and his guidance is peace. Even though I have a great many things to accomplish each day, I will not fret, for his presence is within me. His timelessness, his all-importance will keep me in balance. He prepares refreshment and renewal in the midst of any activity by anointing my head with the oil of his tranquility. My cup of joyous energy overflows. Surely harmony and effectiveness shall be the fruit of my hours, and I shall walk in the pace of the Lord and dwell in his house forever. Namaste. Amen. And from that, Joshua Holloway, loving kindness. Enjoy.
May I be filled with loving kindness. May I again. Thank you very much. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision, and no one else can tell me to start. 'Cause once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. 'Cause love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision, and no one else can make me forgive. 'Cause once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision, and no one else can lighten my load. 'Cause once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now.
Announcement time. All right, what's coming up this week? Well, before we even get into that, I want to remind everybody that, hey, here comes the chef right now. Big round of applause for Gills, who's coming in, doing our pancake breakfast. So after service, there will be a pancake breakfast in the back here, and I hope everybody can stick around and enjoy. We don't feed everybody, just people that come down from other areas like And I just talked about that. Next is What's Up Unity, Tuesday, April 1st. Join by Zoom. Starts at 7 p.m. I'm just going to go off of here. So next, right on. Sacred Soundscape. I believe there's still tickets for sale. It's a beautiful experience. If you haven't done it, it's worth doing more than once. Crystal Bowl sound bath and meditation with Reverend Thomas the Shooter right here in this room. It's worth it. Then Sunday, April 20th, following service, we get the Community Circle. And that takes place in here, I believe, as well. And if you want to dance, a little bit of boogie-woogie happening coming up here on the 26th of April. The Palace Band. It's an eclectic group of different from the 40s and the 50s, I think all mixed up in kind of a big band kind of era. What's it say? Vintage swing with a modern twist. That sounds fun. And it's in Thursday's newsletter on our website, all the upcoming events that you want to stay informed. You can subscribe at unityvancouverisland.com. And as I mentioned before, do check your newsletter for those events. All right, the daily word. The hardest thing that we can do for ourselves, I think, sometimes, is the daily word. Forgive. My soft heart expresses love as I forgive. Holding on to hurt caused by someone's words or actions is harmful to mental, physical, and emotional health. If I stew over these negative feelings, it's likely I will feel worse. It's when I am willing to let go of these troubling emotions that the healing truly begins. Forgiveness is healing. Realizing the slight may have been unintentional, or the one who hurt me may be unaware of my pain. I feel compassion. I let go by repeating the words, "I forgive you," silently to myself, which helps me speak these words aloud when I am able. Can everyone all at once say, "I forgive myself and others"? All right. I think the main event's going to happen here in a minute. But first, the other main event, Joshua singing "Get Out of the Way."
Running around fixing this and that, giving it up to God and then taking it back. Just release and let it go. You don't even have to think about it no more. So get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out the way and let God do its thing. Yeah. 'Cause you look like the weight of the world's on your back. Just take a deep breath and cut yourself some slack. All that drama ain't good for you. You couldn't change what is if you wanted to. So get out of the way. Get out of the way. Yeah, get out the way and let God do its thing. 'Cause the sun's gonna shine and the river's gonna flow. The tide's gonna rise without your say-so. The universe is working and the good is flowing. You don't plant a seed, then dig it up to see if it's growing. So get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out the way and let God do its thing.
Good afternoon. One of my favorites, thank you. And by the way, I just want to remind you, whenever we're singing any of these songs, if you don't like the word God and would rather say love instead, always welcome, whatever works for you. I always do with the answer. I think he wrote it, God is the answer, but I always sing love is the answer. So the power for March, as you know, is wisdom. And this is the end of March. And I have a thought that I need to get in before March ends. Do you ever have just words or phrases that just kind of appear out of nowhere in your mind? Oh, good, good. I do that a lot, and I don't really associate it with just after meditation, but I'm really clear that it's because I do have a meditative practice that my mind gets these things eventually. So the power for March is wisdom. And for some reason, I think particularly about women's wisdom. I think we all, and men have women's wisdom too, I want to acknowledge that. But wisdom is different from intelligence or education or common sense or logic or any of those things. And then there's instincts. You know how animals, mother instinctively knows what to do with her babies. And then human beings have that too, but in a richer quality somehow. And that's what I call women's wisdom. It's kind of instinctive. So this phrase came into my word, and you can use it if you want. I put it on my fridge for a couple of days. Wisdom is conscious intuition. That's all right, huh? Okay. So on to today's topic, which is letting yourself off the hook. Well, Thomas and I, we meet every Tuesday, as we have done for the last several years. And we're probably don't really need to do it anymore because I think the transition has successfully been made. But we still get together and, how's it going? And we were musing this week about all these billionaires that have suddenly appeared in our society. Have you noticed that? Do you remember when it was unfathomable to think of having $1 million? I mean, like there was J.P. Morgan and a couple of other people, so there were those millionaires, and that was not ever going to be us, right? And I always knew that the prefix bi, means two. Bicycle, biannual, bisexual. I thought billionaire was somebody who had 2 millions. And it's somebody who has 1,000 millions. How unfathomable is that? How could you ever spend that? You'd have to be at the store all day long. How could you ever spend, unless, of course, you wanted to maybe pay off your country's national debt you could get rid of. So why is it that these billionaires who have appeared are so obviously still going at it, using those billions to do more things to make more billions? Why aren't they sitting on the beach? I didn't get that. And then I had the suggestion that maybe they're making more millions and more billions that they don't need. They don't really want the money, they just don't want us to have it. And then Thomas came up with something a little less sinister. And he said, well, maybe they just get such a thrill from having accomplished something that nobody else has. And they want to do that again, and they want to reinvent something else that's new, that's never been done before, that's never even been dreamed of before. And they want to do that again and again and again. And then this thought appeared in my mind. Success is just another addiction. How do you sit with that? Success is just another addiction. They are addicted to success, to achievement, to doing what nobody else can do. And most of them, of course, have done that through technology. Now, technology was great for us because we could put our mom on Facebook and send her a picture of our breakfast, and we could, we could connect with, our cousins in Toronto and that kind of thing. But they really understood what we had. And they knew that with technology, they could literally connect with every human being on the planet. In fact, it is the universal mind. And that's some name we sometimes use for God, so isn't that interesting? So they know that they just expanded their market niche. It's no longer a market niche, it's the market. It's all theirs. They sell $5 things to 10 billion people, and there you go, you got your $1 billion. So interesting how things have changed, isn't it? So addiction. Psychologists say that addiction is compulsion, cravings, consequences, and control. I heard Dr. Gabor Mate one time say addiction is the inability to stop a behavior despite negative circumstances. I think addiction is an attempt to fill an emptiness inside. Another example of looking in the wrong place for the wrong thing, right? Because that emptiness inside can't be filled by all of the physical success, whether it's tangible physical things or whether it's thrills and highs that we get. It can never be filled by that. All the money in the world can never fill that. That's another saying I have about money. It's never enough. Have you noticed that? It's never quite enough. So this urge to prove ourselves by their accomplishment is just as empty as trying to prove themselves by having a lot of stuff, right? And it becomes just as addictive as alcohol or heroin. Because what we tend to call success is all external stuff. And I would suggest that arises, ironically, from a lack of self-esteem. that unworthiness that's so characteristic of our culture. There's a story that when the Dalai Lama was interviewed back in 1990, I think, by a psychologist, and he brought up this subject of low self-esteem, the Dalai Lama was confounded. He could not comprehend what he was talking about. It had to be retranslated several times and explained to him before he could get what low self-esteem is. I mean, people in Tibet, they got a lot of problems, but low self-esteem is not one of them. I sponsor a child in the Philippines who sends me these incredible letters about, the typhoons that took out the rice fields and what a pleasure it was to help Uncle rebuild his house, and about the 2 missionaries who were murdered just down the street, and all this stuff she's aware of in her life, and she ends with the most beautiful blessing to me and my family circle. And I say, who's the deprived kid here? Filipino kids don't have low self-esteem. They have humility, but they don't have low self-esteem. So let yourself off the hook. You don't need to be a success. You can if you want to. It's welcome. It won't make you any more worthy, though. It won't make you any more worthy than anybody else. It won't make you any more worthy than you were the day you were born. Be successful if you want. It's optional. That's spiritual success to me. What would that really look like if I were internally, spiritually successful? Well, I figure it really wouldn't look like anything at all because nobody but me knows I've got it. Unless, of course, you want to go around externalizing it. Namaste, namaste, meditating, all that, we call that spiritual snobbery, But for the most part, your internal success is your little secret, So, are we really looking for success, or are we really looking for meaning? It's up to you. Which is more important in your life? Is it more important to be successful in your life, or more important to have meaning in your life? You can have both. Of course you can. But to me, success is optional. But if my life hasn't got meaning, I'm out of here. Have you ever noticed when you do something nice for somebody and you don't let them know it was you that did it, how much more satisfying that is? You don't let them know? Yeah. It makes you feel really great about yourself, doesn't it? Random acts of kindness, we had that fad a few years ago. See, random and secret acts of kindness. Your greatness, when you keep your greatness inside yourself, it wells up and grows and takes root, and pretty soon it's all you got left, right? You expand so much. But if you're going around chest thumping and announcing that you're the greatest whatever in the world, that dissipates it pretty quickly, right? You don't have the opportunity to take root and grow. And personally, I don't like being acknowledged publicly. Anybody else feel that way? You get as embarrassed as hell if they insist upon singing happy birthday to you in public. No, don't. I love being on stage. I love doing theater, being able to deliver a playwright's message to you. But when it comes time for that bow, it's like, oh, God, do I have to? Mind you, some people are addicted to that acknowledgement. I know I've had at least one lady who had a hissy fit every time she brought flowers and didn't get acknowledged from the podium that day that we heard about it, So some people really like acknowledgement. Being the best. A lot of people, certain first ladies have used that as their slogan, right? Be the best. How is that kind? Because being the best means you try and go around and show that you're better than everybody else, isn't it? Being your best is good, maybe, but being the best. So let's get back to this idea that these succeeders are proving their unworthiness to themselves. Where does this unworthiness that they have, and we all have to some extent, where does it come from? Well, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say something that you may or may not like, but again, that's another thing about unity. Everything we say, take it or leave it, but have an open mind, at least consider it. I assign this idea of unworthiness to Christianity, essentially, and possibly the other Abrahamic religions, Judaism and Islam, because consciously or not, we have bought into this idea that we are miserable sinners in need of salvation from our innate unworthiness, right? We have. And of course, if we're born again Christian, we've been saved, and now when we're one of the elect, and God likes us better, right? There's this. It's very ironic to me that what Jesus taught, which I believe was love, forgiveness, generosity, and humility, is about the last thing we're seeing from self-proclaimed Christian values today, and much of what we call success. So our parents, all of them, whether they ever set foot inside a church or whether they ever read a Bible verse, were influenced by Christianity in our culture, right? And it came at us from the church, it comes at us from the government, it comes at us from the schools, that we need to be corrected, that we need to be fixed, that we're essentially flawed. We're born not quite right. And we need to be redeemed, we need to be improved. And sometimes even the belief that we need to have the unworthiness beaten out of us. And some of us felt redeemed by the love and support of our parents. We actually believed that we were redeemed sometimes by the beatings that we received at school or at home. I remember being in grade 6, and our teacher was a brute of a woman who loved to strap kids. And she'd take them just outside so that we could see through the glass panel in the door. You know, I couldn't have gone back to school myself if I'd ever been strapped. I could not have got out of bed the next day. But that's what it is. And I've heard people say to me, I'm so glad my father took the belt to me. It made me a better man. And I understand what the intent is there, but it has to come from the belief that there was something wrong with you, that you need to be made a better man, that there was something innately flawed or even evil. And then extrapolate that. Isn't that what war is about? Beating the evil out of the other guys? It's so deep-seated that we don't even question. And some people feel redeemed by this great accomplishments and great success. And there's most certainly an upside to that, isn't there? Of course, these great accomplishments and success have brought us all forward. They've given us achievements and advancement and inventions. I got those two words mixed up. And their side effects. They've brought us all forward. There is much that's good in being successful. But what if there was no need to prove ourselves or redeem ourselves? You know, there's nothing wrong with success. It's just not necessary. You don't have to prove yourself to the world, to your country, to your friends, or to yourself. So let yourself off the hook. Because success in the world has nothing to do with what I would call natural success, spiritual success, soul success, worthiness, right? You are already worthy of everything, so you don't have to acquire anything to demonstrate your worthiness. So I have a question for you, and feel free to shout out your answers. It's spring. The flowers are coming out. What is the best flower? Hollyhock? Cherry blossoms. Gerberas. Snowdrops. Daffodils. Now, bingo. That I figured you were all going to say peonies, dahlias, rhododendrons, all the big fancy ones, you know. And I was going to say, well, what about the little lily of the valley? And the tulip. The tulip doesn't have to try to be a rhododendron. A tulip's already a perfect tulip. Snowdrop is already a perfect snowdrop. And each of us is already a perfect us. Yes? We don't have to try to be somebody or anybody. I spent 4 years in high school trying to be Joan Dale. I don't even know where Joan Dale is now, you know. I don't know what kind of a life she had, but yeah, anyway. So you don't need to work to be an Olympic athlete or a genius or a beauty queen or a billionaire. You are already the perfect you. You're already successful. I have a friend who has a little hand done plaque by her bedroom mirror that says, "God don't make no junk." And ain't that the truth? Yeah. You know, in Western society, we are permeated by low self-esteem and a sense of unworthiness, and Unity actually has a booklet about that. So while I was preparing the talk today, I thought, well, I'll read this booklet. Maybe I'll get some inspiration. And what it turned out to be is it's exclusively stories from LGBTQ people, meant to reassure and heal and encourage them on their journey, knowing they were rejected and that they were judged and people felt like there was something wrong with them. And it was great. But as I read it, I said to myself, wait a minute. Every time I've ever been in a personal growth circle or some kind of a sharing workshop or something, everybody in that group at some time or another has said, I always felt like I didn't belong. I was never part of the in crowd. Anybody? Or were you all, yeah. But so many people in our world just felt that we weren't quite enough. We weren't quite as good as the rest, as pretty or as smart or whatever it was. I never really felt fully accepted. Right? So the great departure that Unity offers is throwing that whole idea away, the idea that we are miserable sinners. It lets us off the hook, allows us to be and grow and thrive in our own quiet way, to accept what works for us, leave the rest. That's success. In Unity, we see the divine light shining in you. We love and appreciate you exactly the way you are. That's Unity. So just a quick reminder of Unity's 5 basic principles, and this is for Iris. Unity's got the principles that teach us how to thrive. They're really all-encompassing, but number only 5. First of these is paramount about the nature of God. It's a presence and a power. It's creator and first cause, ubiquitous and infinite. God ain't got no human bod. It's everywhere and everything. It's here in you and me, giving each of us the power to express divinity. Our expression of divinity is unique to you and me. What we say, expect, and even think creates reality. When we pray, relax, and meditate, says principle number 4, our connection with high consciousness brings ideas and hints galore. 5th principle says it's not enough to know these truths for fun. Action is required, so get out and get stuff done. No, I don't like applause. So let's take some of these ideas into meditation. So I invite you to allow yourself to be in your chair and to feel your chair. And you might start by just tightening up everything. Clenching your fingers, clenching your jaw, clenching your buttocks. Stiffen your knees. Wrinkle up your forehead and hold it. And then relax. Let it go. Let it go. Allow your shoulders to sag, your jaw to open if you wish. Feel a wave of relaxation beginning at the third eye position and moving up over your forehead, easing and releasing your scalp, flowing warmly down your neck and your back. Feel the breath moving in and out easily. Feel your belly slacken. Just breathing. And knowing the perfection and worthiness of yourself right now. You were born innocent, pure, infinite potential within you, and wholly complete. Nothing to add, except that which brings you joy. The meaning of your life is simply being you, already perfect, already complete, already loving, already kind, already at peace. And in being fully yourself, you give this gift to the world. Say to yourself, I am blessed and I am a blessing.
I love myself the way I am. There's nothing I need to change. I'll always be the perfect me. There's nothing to rearrange. I'm beautiful and capable of being the best me I can. And I love myself just the way I am. Now I love you the way you are. There's nothing you need to do. When I feel the love inside myself, it's easy to love you too. Behind your tears, your rage and tears, I see your shining star. And I love you just the way you are. I love the world the way it is, 'cause I can clearly see that all the things I judge are done by people just like me. So till the birth of peace on earth that only love can bring, I'll help it grow by loving everything. I love myself the way I am, and still I want to grow. But change outside can only come when deep inside I know I'm beautiful and capable Beautiful. I love the harmony at the end, too. Was that Ken? Yeah? I know.
That's okay.
It's always Ken. It's always Ken. That's beautiful. Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be up here.
There's a hero. If you look inside your heart, you don't have to be afraid of who you are. There's an answer. If you look into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. 'Cause a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. A hero lies in you. 'Cause it's a long road when you face the world alone. No one reaches out a hand for you to hold. You can find love if you search within yourself, and the emptiness you felt will disappear. Oh, 'cause a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. Lord knows that dreams are hard to follow, but don't let anyone tear them away. No, hold on, please, 'cause there will be tomorrow. In time we'll find our way. 'Cause when a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, you can cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. 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 The hero lies in you.
Joshua Holloway. Beautiful. Thank you. Awkward silence, huh? I know, I want to look down here, though. Okay. Abundance. Affirmation. Right up there, right here. Please join me in saying our abundance affirmation together. I am an ever-expanding expression of divine abundance. I firmly establish myself in the flow of giving and receiving. I am blessed and I am a blessing. And this doesn't just happen with a magic wand. There are people that help financially, physically, spiritually, all together. All of the donations that are made through, you can do in the back. You can do them online. You can bring flowers. You can sell earrings. You can do all kinds of chocolates and all kinds of different things. So keep it coming. If it's in your heart to give, please, what'd you say? Make pancakes. Yes, sausages, right. Yes. And I'd like to thank all of our many, many, many volunteers. Now, although we're still doing this today? Yes, the children's blessings. You're going to come up front and show us what you've made. We have one young lady here today. Looks like she's got a rabbit. Is that an Easter bunny? All right. Nice. Don't go away. We have one thing we want to say to you. We see the divine light shining as you. We love and appreciate you exactly the way you are. Thank you for sharing. Please join together for our prayer for protection. The light that is God surrounds us. We are one with the light. The love that is God enfolds us. We are one with the love. The power that is God protects us. We are one with the power. The presence that is God watches over us. We are one with the presence. Wherever we are, God is, and so it is. Amen. We're going to do a little different thing now with our song. Okay, we're not going to gather in a circle. We're changing things up here at Unity. We're just going to stand up, join hands if you like. It's much easier to do it that way. And what? Boo? Well, you can stand in a circle all by yourself, but everybody else is going to stand up, and we're going to join hands. Change is okay. So, everybody rise. Yeah. So, pancakes in the back. You know what? Yeah, I'm just going to change my shirt, I think. You know what when I was sitting there thinking, you know what I should have just done? I should have just brought an apron. Yes, I did. I think I did. If I didn't, I thought it. Yeah. That's for the Palace concert thing, right? Yeah, I mentioned that, yeah. You're so